I'm damn right gonna get dirty talking about the demons in which I fucked. And oh boy, there are so many variations and different kinds and forms. Which, goddamn it, it's like a 3D fucking horror movie in which it's reality. So, I know that there was one time I fucked one that had three pussies. Goddamn, I put my rod in one, fingered the rest. And then, whenever it came to my circle rights, in which I had managed to introduce fucking pornography into it, in which when you ever have a fucking pornographic video playing in your fucking ritual, here's the funny part, is that the guardians of the circle, especially if they're infernal lords, god damn it, once you cut that circle and you say, you know what, lords, come over to daddy. And then, god damn, did I moan so good that even the fucking neighbors thought I was playing the best fucking gay porn on my phone. No shit. And so, here's the one thing in which you're going to have to fucking know, is that whenever you do get introduced into this subject of matters, and especially once you have convened with them, they're going to make you access such fucking information that's going to be so damn uncomfortable at first, it's going to get you fucking crazy. So, I'll give you a prime example. You shake a man's hand, and then you have a vision of them hurting a kid. And you're going to feel why he did it, and you're going to feel the pain in which he has caused. And the scariest realization of all is that you're going to realize that you were in his shoes. Then there's going to be another one I'll specify for you. And this is what happens whenever you get introduced into this. Is whenever it comes to beginning, you will go fucking crazy. Because they're opening your eyes to the domains of information in which was kept hidden from you. Whenever it comes to what other people do in the fucking dark. And they're going to really test you. And really test your fucking capability to love. They're going to reveal to you all these things. All these due motions of why we do as we do. They're going to be showing you exactly how the fuck God sees. And then, now granted, whenever it comes to other Satanists, they'll fucking, send curses against people. Actually, whenever it comes to Satanists, they're really willing to fucking send curses to them and fucking get them in jail and shit. And other various ways. Whenever it comes to me, I learned a very hard lesson, an even harder lesson of which they haven't learned. Was that whenever it came to us, we were no different from they. In any fucking retrospect. Whenever it came to one vision I had, I remember it freaked the fuck out of me. It was to the point of which it made me sicker than the goddamn dog. For 24 hours, I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't get out of fucking bed. It was that horrible. Until I had to understand the lesson afterwards. And then I started seeing things within people. I started seeing why they did as they did. For instance, there's a lady. Now, granted, I ain't going to specify her name, nor am I going to specify her in general. But whenever it comes down to the motives as to why people do as they do, this lady has an autistic kid. And then she blames everybody else, because I've noticed this, is that she uses her kid as a fucking crutch for her bad behavior. And like she'll say that I'm the bad guy. Now, here's the thing about it, is that she'll do the same shit to that kid. Even if nobody else does it. And so here's what I'm really pinpointing out to you. Is that whenever it comes to your love, they will test it. And they will test it to the mightiest fucking grain that you can handle. So whenever you get introduced into this, you will go crazy. And you will be brought into a fucking bowels of what has been hidden for so long. Even within yourself. They'll show you shit from your own childhood in which you have not remembered. And they'll bring it up. They're going to make you face shit in which you didn't think you had. So that is the price of being able to see as God sees. Is to realize that they pretty much open your eyes to everything of which is uncomfortable. And I guarantee you, whenever it comes to motherfuckers, whenever they say they want my mind, I doubt they can handle it. I very doubt it, even if they were the toughest motherfucker on the planet. Now, granted, other fellow sorcerers and sorceresses, they can handle it. But whenever it comes to those of whom are fucking, big ass fucking guys, excellent at fighting and shit, it's like, goddamn, if they were introduced to what I was thinking and to what I know, they would travel into an abyss in which they cannot get out of, and they would become psychotic. So whenever it comes to this path, yes. Do I work with demons? Yes. And I work with angels. Honestly, whenever it comes to angels, they're sort of my tiny break from it. Because whenever it comes down to it, I do like a little bit of time to breathe, but I also understand why they're made. I understand why demons are made. And I understand that they don't allow shit to be hidden from you. And I'd rather see everything, even if it's fucking uncomfortable. Because goddamn it, that's what the truth is supposed to represent, isn't it? But I'll go ahead and get into other shit, which I do. I know I jerk off in fucking many tongues and shit to good old succubi and incubi. And which, surprisingly, whenever it comes to me, I haven't done that shit in a while. Well, when I mean a while, I mean a few days. That's pretty much my while. And when it goes towards necromancy in retrospect, whenever it comes to me, I don't dig up fucking bones from graves and shit. Honestly, it's more so just grave dirt. And I would just grab that, fucking rub that all over my body. And here's the thing, is that whenever it comes to motherfuckers of whom are new, and if you're not an old soul, if you're someone that's never really could handle it, then just go ahead and be careful. Because there was one time in which I did manage to get possessed quite a couple times. Especially one spirit. One spirit was a day. Now, there was another spirit in which I was working with, in which he was kind of cool, but he just didn't like the company in which I had at the time. But other than that, though, that was the finer emotions of which I do share. But the whole thing is that if you're really willing to travel this path, they're going to make you face everything. And once you're done, you can either be a fucking total Looney Tune, fucking only for yourself because you see humanity, you see human nature, or you can be like, you know what, even with everything I see underneath the grain of which everybody does, even if it's profane, I'm still willing to love them. Even though that's the hardest fucking thing.